And white just goes with another ring, and we have two rings at the same time. So this is the fourth ring of the game. It's like, this is very cool. I didn't think this could work, but it does. Welcome to a new video. Today I want to show you an incredible game that was played during the World Cup 2023. Game 4 of the semi-final Jewdoka Csigeee. The score was 2-1 for Csigeee, and now Jewdoka plays white again. And it was a very, very cool game because it shows how to attack in a way that is unexpected, and how to use rings to make your opponent think and to complicate the situation. The game is very complicated, so it's hard to analyze it properly, and I still don't know, and there is a discussion ongoing on Discord as well about what were the best move and how black could have improved the game, and whether the attack that white brought on was actually sound. Let's dive into. White Jewdoka is a current world champion, so I mean, we can't expect little from him. At the same time, Csigeee is also a top player. Yeah, I think it's his first time in the semi-finals, but he got the quarterfinals at least a couple of times. Plus, he's a top 1 player in BGA, so by ranking. The game started with a classical opening. So this is like a flexible setup in a Z configuration, where you see the queens on opposite sides of the main axis. Now there are many options from here. Opening theory is quite wide at this point, and Jewdoka goes for mosquito attack. I would say this is not common anymore, although there are tons of games like this. I think you can find it on BGA. But lately, lots of top players use different openings, or a bit more solid approach, or even buffer openings. But well, it's still a very interesting idea, and you'll see how the mosquito will be useful later on. Black goes for this variation, so use one of these two defenders to create an X trap here, block the ant and make this gate, and whenever white attacks in this kill spot, then the black ladybug would be free. Not immediately right now because it's bidirectionally pinned, but the black ant will surely move soon. So at this point, white has to sacrifice at least one piece, either a beetle or an ant, because black has a free ant here, right? If he wants to keep the initiative. If he plays a move that is too calm, too solid, he will lose the initiative, because black will be able to play another ant, for example. Sure, white will have a pocket, but black will have also good chances because of the ant control on the outside of the hive. So let's go back. At this point, white has to sacrifice probably a beetle, but he can also sacrifice an ant to put a beetle on top. So it's a matter of which piece you sacrifice first in order to get another one free. And white decides to go for sacrificing a beetle, which is always kind of dangerous when it's close to the mosquito, because at some point this elbow could be filled and the mosquito will have beetle power. At the same time, white gets a free ant now. So now wherever black plays will be pinned. Plus, white is still putting pressure on black because black doesn't have any more spawn points except this one where to place a pillbug. So if he doesn't do it now, then it doesn't have any good place. Well, one place could be actually here later on in order to have a proximity pillbug, but it's a different kind of game, a different style. So black decides to go for, I think, a more safe route and more natural, placing the pillbug here. Although this is not a very, I think it's one of the least common plays for pillbug. Pillbug most of the time is placed in line for the anti-spawn setup, you might know already, or in elbow, the what I call the meta setup, in order to create a pocket. This position here that I call ortho pillbug setup, it's compact. The problem of the compact idea is that there are not many spawn points around here that are available for other pieces. But it's still very solid. I mean, important thing is that the pillbug is next to the queen, and it makes much harder for white to attack. White has this pocket here, so the beetle could be dropped in here, and then move on top of the hive. But black has still good resources to defend. I'll show you in a second. So after this, well, white now has like a moment to breathe and decide to put the pillbug down, although again it wasn't probably necessary immediately. Black plays an ant here. The idea is to create a gate here so that white pieces cannot crawl into this kill spot. This is to explain why the ant was placed here and not here, for example, because in this case it wouldn't create a gate. So white pins the ant, so the gate is in place. Time to place another ant. The spider here is attacking the ant and is potentially also targeting the pillbug. You will see now that the pillbug in the ortho position is also more prone to be surrounded completely, to be, what do you call it, to be suffocated, to be choked, to be surrounded, okay? So the spider here also is kind of looking at the other option later on. But of course the first threat is black would get their ant pinned. So they pin the spider first. Time to place an ant now. Now black could shift the pin and take the ant here. The spider will find itself in a good position to start to surround the pillbug. Black though decided to go for this instead, to threaten a pill replacement here in this position, which also would control this spawn point for white, which is a potential pocket for a beetle. So what white decides to do is to pin the spider, but of course leaves this ant free here. So black decides now to place a beetle with the idea of climbing up and covering the white ladybug and controlling this important spawn point for white, and of course at the same time think about attacking the white queen. Now white could actually be tempted to pin the beetle again using the same ant that was pinning the spider, that is pinning the spider, but it would be probably a waste of time. It would be a good sacrifice for black, although yeah, it's not clear. Also this would keep the beetle next to the pillbug, and then the pillbug is even more surrounded. But what happened in the game was that actually white ignored the beetle and just decided to go on this spider using to pin replace here. Let's go on quickly. So after black plays this move, the beetle goes up and white responds with beetle here in order to recover. Black is doing a pin replacement on the spider, which is actually pretty uncommon, but I guess is thinking that if white decide to pin the ant here, then the spider will still be useful here, so it's not a big issue, and it's not a waste of time. White decide to move on with the beetle here, I guess making space for another piece here, which is actually what happened later in the game. Black is swapping hands here. This maneuver basically allows to free the other ant. There's again some debate on Discord about if this maneuver was useful, why this maneuver was played, and Csigeee said that he felt more safe in this way because the beetle here is pinned in a straight pin, compared to how it was 2 moves ago. This was an elbow pin, which means that the white beetle could be freed much more easily later on in an endgame, for example. So the beetle is also even more fixed here, which means that this gate is more effective. But of course, compared to pinning straight away the ant here, is a loss of tempo. So is this actually making up for the tempo? Well, we don't know yet. At least there's no consensus about this, I think. Oh, sorry, the hand was here. Okay. And given what happened in the game, what white played, then yeah, maybe it would have been better to play something quicker. I don't know. Let's see. I don't have answers, but white moves the ant away, and the hopper will jump in order to replace the pin, and then free the white ant here. The white ant number 2. At this point, this is the point where, no wait, is this the point? Yeah, this is the point where the bomb was dropped. So it seems that black, at least it seemed to me during the game that black was quite comfortable, but white managed to create incredible problems to black at this point. And this was made by using rings. So the spider here creates a ring, which at first sight looks not amazing, right? Because black has at least 2 options. It can warp the queen away. It can warp. It can also warp this ant away. Okay, this is actually what happened in the game. Warping the queen away would be, I wouldn't say a better choice, but there are options for white that maybe they're not as promising as they were before. The important thing is that white blocks the queen from escaping more outside the hive. Keeping the black queen inside the hive was the main idea of this attack in the first place. So just to show you, if the black queen tries to escape, then white can just stop it. And it seems still a good position for white. Let's go to what actually happened in the game. So black moved the ant away, and now it goes with the second ring. So the second ring has the aim of keeping the ant inside again, and at the same time does free the ladybug, the white ladybug here, which could be used to attack later on in one of the kill spots. There are 1, 2, 3 kill spots that could be used, and could be used to create even more rings. So quite nice. At the same time, you also frees the white spider. The white spider could go here and create a sort of pin replacement as well. So there are different options. This is an interesting thing. The cool thing about the rings that often it creates many equivalent options and some sense of uncertainty, right? More complexity, so your opponent has to calculate more variations. What black played was this, which would it seems reasonable, right? You're trying to keep this string of pieces, the mosquito, the beetle, and the spider, all stuck there. White is completing the pin replacement that we mentioned before. It was one of the options breaking the ring, and black decide to keep these pieces and pin in this string and use the free ant to pin the other ant. So at this point it seems again that black is doing okay, but white goes on with another ring, creates another ring, which creates even more possibilities. So the ladybug, as we said, can escape and create more rings, attack the kill spot. The white pillbug could potentially warp the ant into this space inside, which of course, even if it's not attacking the black queen directly, but trapping an ant inside the hive is always a bad thing for that player who's got the ant trapped. At the same time, you can also think about freeing this white ant, using always the pillbug power to moving it outside the hive. So black decide to to shift the ant one space down in order to avoid the white pillbug from warping the ant in a place black doesn't want to. And now white goes for another move which seems like unnatural, right? White is voluntarily deciding that black could just cover the beetle, right? And so it seems it's just losing a beetle. But the point is that he frees at the same time the ladybug and the ant. Well, the ladybug was already free, but there is always the threat of the ladybug coming out. What black played, yeah, is covering the beetle here, and white just goes with another ring, and we have two rings at the same time. So this is the fourth ring of the game. It's like, this is very cool. I didn't think this could work, but it does. The thing is, the black pillbug here starts to be really suffocated. There are not many spaces for black where to rescue the queen, right? The black queen. So the most natural way is this one, of course. But as we said, the beetle dropped here allowed this white ant to be free and right on time to block the black queen from escaping. If the black queen is not blocked, it would just move out in one of these two spaces, right? So here or here, definitely something that white doesn't want, because all his effort will be useless, gone. So white decide to stop the black queen, and the thing is that this black ant is also not helping at all. The black pillbug could warp the black ant away, but all this variation, in the end, they don't seem to favor black. Also notice this white mosquito here is in a pseudo pocket, so it's in a position where it cannot actually be pinned by an ant, because it will create a ring. What I mean is the black cannot pin the mosquito in this way, right? So that mosquito is always kind of available, is always ready to join the attack. So black decide to break the ring in this way, using the ladybug, thinking that, okay, I can move the ant later on using the pillbug power, or I can move the pillbug away later on, but at least I break the ring, which makes everything more complex. So let's try to make it more simple. That's what black was thinking. At the same time, white is not threatening to win in one move, not yet, but now it's time for the mosquito to come in. Now it's definitely threatening to win in one, because the mosquito can jump as a hopper here. So black has to defend. This is one way to defend, although this unfortunately creates the ring that will be also the end of the game. White uses pillbug power to throw the beetle in. The pillbug is almost surrounded, almost completely surrounded. Black tries to warp the mosquito away. At this point, Csigeee, already had less than 1 minute on the clock, so it was really complicated to defend. Other moves could have been probably this, but then the white ladybug will just jump in and completely surround the pillbug, and it's too late. Even if this ant is free, then mosquito can jump in and win. So at this point, it seems really too late. Black decided to warp the mosquito in here, but the white ladybug here not only completely surround the pillbug, but also threaten again to win in one move. The white ladybug can just jump in the next move, and they cannot be pinned because the white ladybug is inside this omega shape or pocket, as you want to call it, and then it's gonna win next move. So 4 different rings, just trying to keep the pillbug and keep the queen stuck inside in the inner hive. It just turned the situation completely from good, fine for black, comfortable. I also thought it was quite comfortable, to Nightmare. There probably are some improvements for black, but they're not really easy to spot. And so yeah, try to emulate the world champion, and try to pose as many problems as possible to your opponent, creating rings that can be broken in different ways, especially if your pieces can break the ring. Of course, this is only game 4. The situation is now 2-2 for the semi-final, and these two amazing players are gonna give us, I'm sure, many other excellent games. Hope you enjoyed this video. If you like it, please subscribe to the channel. You can also donate on Coffee if you want me to keep doing videos like this. And see you next time.